Today we're going to look at this 2023 Mustang GT. Now you're probably thinking, why are we looking at a Mustang GT? We normally like to do interesting stuff, or something that you just don't normally see. Well, this isn't your average Mustang. So this one, as you can see, it's got American Racing rims on it. It's got BMR drag racing springs. It, of course, has a usual tint. Nothing too crazy there, but it's got an ESS G3 supercharger running 120 mil pulley on it. So with that, the supercharger is running 10 pounds of boost approximately. Factory, these cars were 460 horsepower. This one is about 800 crank horsepower. And the red line is also increased from about 7,400 RPM to 8,000 RPM. Okay, so taking a look at the back end of the Mustang GT, it's got that iconic taillight look. It's got the little bit of a sweep to the trunk, just kind of kicks up a little bit, almost like a small, like little duckbill spoiler or something. And one thing you might be wondering is what kind of exhaust it's running. It does actually still have the factory exhaust on it, so nothing there, but that might be changing in the future. Of course, as you know, cars are always a work in progress, and this one definitely is. Always trying to make a little bit more power, make it a little bit more fun. So the owner is actually, of course, looking at doing some more upgrades to it. One of the things he's talking about is switching out the injectors, getting an E85 ready. Should be able to get another 4 more pounds of boost out of it, no problem, and be making about 1,000 horsepower crank then. And to put all that power down, he's already upgraded the tires, and there are 325s on the back now, over the factory 285s.
So here we are on the inside of this Mustang. This is obviously a very, very new vehicle, and it is quite feature packed. Heated and cooled leather, and these seats are actually surprisingly comfortable. The previous generation didn't have the same sort of material. The way that the cushioning is on this is actually a lot more, it's almost memory foam-like to some degree, and it really hugs you. The bolsters are quite tight, but not too tight that they're uncomfortable. Overall, it's a GT. It is a Grand Touring car, and it feels like you could go on a very long road trip in this and not have any issues whatsoever. Steering wheel is a good size. This is another thing, something that really gets me. It's like the first thing I notice when I get into a car is the size of the steering wheel, and if it's just way too big, like Chevy seems to do with Corvettes a lot of the time, especially with the older generation, the C5 and the C6s, it feels unmanageable, and it feels like you're driving a truck, not a sports car. This is really nice and small. The 3-spoke design, timeless sport steering wheel design, leather wrapped, really, really nice, nice hand feel. This is, as you'll notice, a 10-speed automatic transmission. Haven't driven it yet, but I imagine that, at least from what the owner tells us, it's probably best to be an auto. And you know, nowadays automatic transmissions have come a long way from where their early counterparts used to be, with like 4 or 5 speed setups, with really, really lethargic shifting and just no real energy at all. These transmissions, the newer generation automatics, are all a lot more refined and a lot punchier. This is a 4-seater car, although, I mean, there's not a ton of space in the back. The rear buckets do look fairly comfortable though. They're, again, quite heavily bolstered, although the headroom at the back, because of how sharp the slope is going down the rear window there, I don't know how tall you really could be to fit in the back comfortably. But otherwise, I mean, they look fairly comfortable. Same idea as the rest of the cabin here. It's tight, very driver-centric. You got a couple of extra gauges up here, oil pressure and vacuum, which is kind of funny because what it really needs is a boost gauge now. But otherwise, really just a bone stock GT interior. There's not really anything extra to talk about. Nice push to start button placement, traction control button, which you keep on all the time in this car. It is a Mustang after all, so don't want to lose the back end too easily. It's a little bit stiffer suspension than stock, but it's still very comfortable going over those few bumps. This does have a multi-mode exhaust as well, so it is in track mode at the moment. So, because I mean, gotta have it wide open, otherwise what's the point? Wow, those gear shifts are like, yeah, it just rolls through them. first impressions?
It drives very nice. I mean, if you didn't know that it was supercharged, you wouldn't know it was supercharged.
Right. Yeah, and even the owner was telling us, like, it is very tame, just driving normally, but as soon as you get above 5K, it's 5,000 RPM, and really put your foot down, it is a whole different animal. In track mode, or no, Sport Plus. This is Sport Plus mode. Dash.
It goes purple. It's really cool. I really like that.
Currently got it set purple, yeah, and I think you can change that to be basically whatever color combination you want, and it changes all the interior lighting. Ford's been like that though, where like even the lights back behind here, you can't really see them because it's dark. I don't know, maybe, or it's bright out. But even behind all of the gauges on that are purple to match the dash, which is pretty sweet. Oh, I got the AC seat on right now, and I'm like, it's working.
I don't actually notice it too much yet.
No,
but
it's
it
like
is there.
it's like
It's
right
there.
here.
Yeah.
I can feel air coming up from between my legs.
Yeah.
It's
one of the things I really
a little
notice
unnerving.
is the leather. It feels so nice. In this car too.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like Ford definitely upped their game in terms of leather quality, because like the previous generations are really, really stiff leather. This is really nice, soft, kind of Lexus-y almost. You know, like it's got a really nice feel to it.
It's disappointing when a handicap van is going way faster than we are, because everyone else won't get out of the way.
Yeah.
And we're going into a 100 zone right away. I did not expect that.
Wow! Holy crap! Oh!
But, I was going about 80.
You're going, yeah.
When I stepped on it, and that went
hit
very
100.
fast.
100 like that. Woo! Holy shit.
Yeah.
Man, the downshift is so fast. Like, from you, like, throttling into it and to the point where it downshifts and locks up again is instant.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
It's a good thing this car is the performance pack car with the Brembos.
Ah, yeah, that too. The stopping power on this is pretty intense, as you could probably tell from me just, like, the whole time.
Yeah.
All right, my turn. Let's see how this goes.
Hopefully it's not too scary for him.
Up.
Or for me.
Yeah, yeah, be more worried about you. Man, that's like quarter throttle. Quarter throttle, and it is terrifying. That's a cop? Is that a cop? No, it's not a cop.
No, luckily not a cop. Not a cop this time.
Oh, this is nice. I like this probably more than I feel like I should. Oh, is this 30? No, this is where we... No, this is not where I want to go.
No, this is where you want to go.
This is where I want to go?
Yeah, this is where you want to go.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't apparently either. Can I just turn? I can turn.
I'm already very nervous for this.
Alright, let's see. Ready? There we go. That got a little squirrely. Like a little tiny bit squirrely.
Yeah, I noticed that it did just a hair there.
Yeah. That got ah man, but wow. Holy smokes. The power delivery is really obviously it's a supercharger, so it's gonna be linear, but it's more linear than I was anticipating.
Yeah.
It doesn't like there's not a ton of build right on the low end. It carries through into the high end very equally, I guess.
Yeah.
Like that stock exhaust, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That sounds
great.
That sounds really, really good. Oh, very manageable power, but holy crap, is this thing fast?
Yeah.
And it just sounds so good. Like between the supercharger whine and the exhaust itself. And I don't know if you notice either, like it maybe, I don't even know if the camera's picking this up, but you get, when I let off, you can hear the blow-off valve, and it's not like normal. It almost sounds like it's just exhaling. It's a very, very like long kind of you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I am so impressed. I've driven a number of Mustangs before in the past, but yeah, I mean, this is on a whole other level. None with this kind of power either.
I've never driven a Mustang quite like this. I've driven a GT500, not a new one, older one. I think it was a 14. I've driven, a number of other Mustangs, like just normal GTs and what have you.
Yeah.
But this makes me really consider getting a newer Mustang because the bang for the buck is unreal.
I know.
I think it's amazing.
I'm feeling the same way. This is great. Yeah. This is fantastic. I would 100% own something like this. Like, no problem at all.
Mm-hmm. Well, the owner was even telling us that basically comparing between an LS build and this.
Yep. Right.
You can build an LS. You can do a supercharger. You can do any of this other stuff.
Sorry, there's a guy literally cutting the grass, like on a ride-on lawnmower over there, and weed whacking at the same time.
I don't know if you can see it. I don't think you can see it anymore. It's off the camera, unfortunately blocked by the C-pillar. But yeah, anyways, like you could build an LS, you could spend insane money on that, or you buy a Coyote Mustang, supercharge it, be into it for easily less than $20,000 over the purchase cost of the Mustang.
Oh yeah.
And have a car that absolutely mops up the competition.
Yeah, and reliably.
Yeah,
like that's the one thing with Ford V8s that have always been a little bit of a struggle. And when the Coyote got developed and released, they've only made more and more iterations to it that have improved its reliability and power efficiency. And these are now, like, I mean, they're one of the most, Coyotes are the most swapped-in engine outside of an LS to this day. These are really incredible engines. I'm blown away. I am really surprised by this. Blown away, get it? Because it's a supercharger joke. Thank you again for joining us on this one. If you made it to the end, we really appreciate it. Drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment, let us know what you thought, let us know what you want to see coming up. We've got so much content planned this summer and lots of really cool stuff to share. We're really excited to share it with you guys. What an absolute blast and a monster. Bang for buck, this is probably one of the best vehicles you can buy, especially brand new out of the box. Just to be bone stock like this and take a supercharger kit, slap it on, make 800 horse and go for a rip. Big thank you to the owner for giving us the opportunity to check it out, and we'll see you in the next one.